Hello, everyone, and welcome to Power Up Data Cloud with MuleSoft. My name is Danielle Laregi. I'm a Data Cloud Developer Advocate, and I'm here with, oops, go ahead.
Okay, I'm Akshata Sawant, Developer Advocate for MuleSoft, and I'm from London.
Yes. And you have probably already seen our forward-looking statement today, but you're going to see it one more time. Please make all of your purchasing decisions based off of what is available in the system today and not off of anything that we say might be coming, new features, products, or enhancements. So just a little bit about us. I mostly focus on the Data Cloud platform. We both are on the same team. I live in Dallas, Texas. You can follow me on either Twitter and also connect with me on LinkedIn.
Same with me. So we are on the same team. I'm based in London. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and I would be happy to chat with you around MuleSoft.
Okay, so I'm going to jump into how Data Cloud works. So what is Data Cloud? Data Cloud is a system that allows you to bring in multiple data from multiple streams stored in multiple source systems into one unified data lake. Okay? So we have several out-of-the-box connectors. We have our Salesforce CRM connector. We have a Marketing Cloud connector, as well as a Commerce Cloud connector. We also can pull in data using a CSV or file-based approach from S3, Google Cloud, as well as Microsoft Azure. And we also just released our new Bring Your Own Lake functionality, which allows you to bring in data via zero copy, no ETL, from both Snowflake and Google BigQuery. We also have a variety of mobile and web SDKs, but today in this presentation, we are going to mostly focus on our MuleSoft connector. So after all of that data comes into our data lake, you then have the ability to use activations like segmentations, calculated insights, Tableau analytics. You can even build AI models in our new model builder, and you can connect other models from outside of the system, from Google Vertex as well as Amazon SageMaker.
Yeah. So you must have heard about MuleSoft, like what MuleSoft does. What is MuleSoft? So you must have heard about it as a middleware integration tool providing iPaaS services and stuff. But to be honest, there's so much more to it than just bringing in the integration. You can actually manage your entire API lifecycle with MuleSoft. You can automate your systems, your processes with MuleSoft using the MuleSoft's RPA automation. You can connect any systems. Basically, you can bring in the data which is present in silos and connect across multiple end systems. And you can manage your entire API lifecycle right from the design stage to managing, building your APIs, governing your APIs, deploying, and it's all at one single place, one single platform. Moving ahead, we'll see like what MuleSoft brings with Data Cloud. Daniel?
Yes, so why MuleSoft plus Data Cloud? Well, as you know, the MuleSoft platform is very, very powerful, as Akshata was just saying. There's a variety of connectors that you can use to pull in data from SQL databases, NoSQL databases, as well as other source systems like AWS, Workday, et cetera, et cetera. The connectors are very vast. So we don't have all of those connectors in Data Cloud today. So there's the opportunity here with MuleSoft to pull in data via the, there's an opportunity here with MuleSoft to pull in data from a platform that we don't already have an out-of-the-box connector for, basically. So that's what we're going to show you today, is how to use MuleSoft to connect with Data Cloud and pull in data from other source systems.
So let's bring in the demo. So we are today going to discuss, we're going to see 4 different use cases and how we can actually power up with Data Cloud and MuleSoft and what value it brings to us. So the first one and the very popular one is inserting data into Data Cloud, data lake using MuleSoft. So we have been traditionally doing this using Salesforce, but what value MuleSoft can bring? You can definitely insert data into data lake using MuleSoft, but what goes behind the scene is the ingestion API. You can ingest data directly into data lake with the help of MuleSoft, and let's see how we are going to do that. So for starters, we have So I already have an API which I have which will be using which I'll be inserting data into data lake. So let me go into here. So I'm in my data cloud instance, and I have just requested to insert the data into the data cloud. So let me select the data lake object and my MuleSoft profile into which I have just inserted the data. So there are different profiles which I have created, and here you can see there are three objects, three records that have been inserted. So let's go back again to the Postman request which we have triggered right now. So as you can see, we are passing these three different records which we have seen, which were reflected in our data cloud as well. So what goes behind the scene is, let me go take you to the MuleSoft Anypoint Studio. This is where we are actually building in the Mule applications. So we have different connectors, data cloud connectors, using which you can see we can have bulk insertions, bulk deletions. We can upload your data into data lake. You can delete it out, which we'll be definitely seeing in the upcoming scenarios. But that was the first one. And in order to ingest your data into data lake, you need to create an ingestion API if you already have. You'll be needing the schema as well in the OS format. You need to also create a connected app using which, and there are a sequence of steps which you need to follow, but that is definitely possible. And what benefit do you get with MuleSoft? Because this is an obvious question that we can already do. We can already insert data into data lake using data cloud, using the Salesforce or different using data cloud itself, right?
Yep.
But what value MuleSoft brings? So the thing is, with MuleSoft, you can also transform your data. You can bring in data from different end systems. You can operate on it. You can simplify it. You can perform complex transformations on your data with MuleSoft. So that covers up our very first use case. Moving on to the next one. Sorry. Give me a minute. So this was the first case when we are inserting data into data cloud using MuleSoft. The second one is querying data cloud's data using MuleSoft. So similarly, like we have shown the insertion part as well, we can also query the data from MuleSoft using the data cloud's data using MuleSoft. And how we are doing it, let me take you back to the Postman. I'll have another operation, which is querying. So I'm just having a query API, and I'm passing my query, like what all fields do I need to query from the data lake object. And this is the data lake profile which we have seen. And yeah, it has fetched me all those three records, Akshata, Alex, and Danielle's. So we are here. The data has been fetched from MuleSoft. So that is the second one which you can do. And of course, behind the scenes, we have again used the MuleSoft's connector, the CDP connector. So earlier it was called as CDP, but it functions the same way for data cloud as well. And all you need to do, same process. You need a schema, the ingestion API, connected app, and there you go. So yeah, it is this the query operation which we have used, the query object, for getting the data. Okay. Moving over to the next one, the third use case, which is like deleting the data from data cloud, data lake using MuleSoft. So I've heard from Danielle, like it's really difficult. Like she has been complaining a lot about it, that we can't delete the data from data lake directly, right?
Yep.
And she was like, we need to find a solution. We need to do something for it. I was like, let's try something with MuleSoft, maybe if that works. And that actually worked. So we are able to delete data that is present in data lake with the help of MuleSoft. And I think that is one of the prominent things that we are highlighting. So here you can see in our record as well, which is present in, I'm sorry for switching back and forth. Yeah. So here you can see we have the IDs created. So it's 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 records, 3 IDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pass, it's really simple. Like I'm just passing those IDs, 1 and 3. So my record number 1, record number 3 will be deleted, and the second will be retained. So let's go ahead and send this request. So mind you, this might take some time to reflect on the data cloud, but we'll get back to it again, and we'll see if it has actually been deleted or not. Okay. Moving over, let me just refresh and see if it has been deleted. It's going to take some time. Okay. Moving on with the fourth one. So transforming nested object to a single object YAML schema using MuleSoft. So whenever you're working with Data Cloud, you actually need a nested YAML file in OS format. Okay? And creating this file is usually difficult. You have to go across various online generators, or maybe write it by yourself, identify the properties, the values, the fields, and everything. So what we have done today is, only for you to simplify your work, we have actually created a schema generator with MuleSoft. So let me bring that in.
Yes. So the reason that we are showing you how to do this is currently right now, Data Cloud is only able to ingest single objects. It's not yet able to ingest nested objects. And I get a lot of tweets about this. So I wanted to put this in the demo to show you how to do a transformation using Data Weave. And Akshat is going to take you through that scenario.
Yes. Sorry. So I forgot to mention, basically using Data Weave, you can do any complex logical transformation. It's a scripting language with MuleSoft, and it allows you to have complex logical transformations. Like basically you can transform anything. Mm-hmm. So here we have passed the body like a normal JSON object that we have, but we want this to be Data Cloud ready. So that's what we have got. So it has converted, and you're getting the object, you're getting a proper format which you can use as a schema with your Data Cloud while you're creating an ingestion API. Okay. So with this, we have covered the 4 use cases. The first one being the insertion, the getting the data, deleting the data, querying the data, and now the schema. So let me go ahead and refresh it again to see if we have the records have been deleted. Yeah. So there you go. Only the record number 2, Akshata. I've retained myself.
She kept herself. She deleted me and Alex.
Okay. Moving ahead, yeah. So those were the 4 use cases. I'm sure you must be curious, like where can I get these use cases? If you want your own online schema generator with MuleSoft, or maybe how can you insert it out? So Alex from our team has done a wonderful job. So you can actually scan this thing out, and she has created 4 different documents for all these use cases, articles, videos, wherein she has mentioned like how you can insert, how you can delete it out, how you can create the schema. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. And basically she has recorded the videos, blog, and everything at one place. So it's like, and she has also provided the repository for it. So you can just go ahead and download the code and get started with MuleSoft and Data Cloud.
Yes, so Alex unfortunately could not be here today. She was supposed to be our 3rd speaker, but all of the code samples that we showed you today are uploaded onto that GitHub. You could spin up a MuleSoft account and have it for 30 days, a trial account, right, with all the full functionality. Also, we now have Data Cloud accounts available as well on Trailhead that you can keep for 5 days. So you can actually do everything that we just demoed to you on your own after TDX. You can even do it tonight, because you have the sample repositories with videos, as Akshata was saying, and we have detailed blogs, and we have the ability for you to do this all in your own trial orgs and developer accounts. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
And we are going to come up with more Data Cloud and MuleSoft series on our YouTube channel as well. So stay tuned.
Yep.
Meanwhile, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. And we want to keep improving this session. So please give us feedback on this session on how we could possibly improve it, because we are always wanting to get better. Also, we do look at these survey results for improving the overall TDX experience. So if you could take this survey, that would really, really help us out so that we can make a better TDX for you all. Yep. Thank you so much for coming. And Akshata and I will be on the side if you have any questions about anything we did. Thank you.